one of the main reasons families fight. I have seen families fight to the death over a death. When a death occurs, it's so important that we don't set our families up for conflict and that this really is a time of comfort. So I want to talk about estate planning because so many of us need to plan our estates and where our assets go and who they're assigned to. What is one of the most commonly overlooked mistakes when it comes to estate planning?
Typically, one of the things that I see that causes a lot of grief for families is when the family members only name one child as a beneficiary of some policy or some account, whether it's a bank account or investment account, thinking that that child's going to leave and split those assets among their other siblings.
Ain't nobody splitting nothing.
Nobody's splitting anything. So what happens when they go to that financial institution, that institution says, well, this is your asset.
Okay.
And so when they get that type of guidance, they're thinking, well, I'm going to keep it.
Yeah, I'm going to keep it.
And so even though they know that their parent or their loved one was intending that they split those assets with their other children, my recommendation is that you always just name all those kids that you're thinking of leaving that asset to.
Okay.
Don't rest on the fact that you have the oldest child, i.e. favorite child.
Or the most responsible
child. Or the
child.
most responsible child to do and handle the business in the way that you would have wanted it to be done. I say just make it clear and plain on its face. It makes it much, much easier.
Good. Sometimes that responsible child feels like I'm the only one that cared for mama anyway, so
Exactly.
I should keep it all. What if I'm single and I have no children and I have no spouse? Who do I name as my beneficiaries?
Well, typically in those situations, you're always welcome to name other people. So you can name friends, you can name godchildren, nieces and nephews, people you care about, community organizations that you're a part of, churches, philanthropic organizations that you participate in or believe in.
Okay.
Because what I'm getting at with those families are, what is your family legacy? How do you want to be remembered? What are people to think of when they think of you long after you've died? And so from there, what we're doing is trying to figure out, okay, let's come up with some creative planning that actually is impacting maybe people beyond our own extended family or people that we know in the greater community. We're trying to, better a good or right a wrong in those typical situations.
He that is faithful over a few is made faithful over much. And planning your estate is part of you being faithful over the little you have. Even if you don't feel like you have enough to do an estate plan, you actually do. If you own anything, you have an estate plan. So being faithful over that shows the Lord that he can trust you with more. So I just want to encourage you, lambs, to get your estate plan and your affairs in order. I'm going to tag Jennifer if you want to get in contact with her for more information. But at JGT, we want your whole life to be blessed. So you guys have a blessed day. Bye-bye.
See ya. Thanks.